Alright, hello everyone. Thanks for tuning in for another kriya. This one is going to be the stress set for adrenals and kidneys. So if you're feeling stressed or maybe your sleep's disrupted, you're having troubles just calming down, relaxing into any sort of rest, this will be a good one for you. So without further ado, let's get started. Start by closing our eyes, rubbing your hands together at heart center, and take a few deep breaths here. And we'll tune in with the Adi mantra, Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. We'll chant this 3 times. Translates to, I bow to my highest self or teacher within. Hands to heart center, big inhale. And exhale. And we'll inhale to tune in. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. And exhale your hands down to your knees. And we'll begin this evening with a few warm-ups and a brief meditation, and then we'll move on into our kriya. So we'll start by making small circles around the spine. Starting small, inhaling as your chest moves forward around by your knees, and exhaling as your spine rounds and moves back between the hips. Gradually making these circles bigger and bigger as you feel warm. And our emphasis here is we want to move a lot of breath. We want to start to move a lot of prana, which is our breath, our life force. Bringing some energy into our body and exhaling any stress, anxiety, tension that we're feeling. Totally surrendering to our breath here. And we'll gradually begin to make these circles smaller and smaller until we're back with the neutral spine. Once you're here, begin again, other direction. Again, starting small, gradually making them bigger and bigger as you feel warm. And once more, begin to make these circles smaller and smaller until you're back at neutral. We'll move these circles up the spine into our cervical spine, into our neck here. So go ahead and roll your shoulders down and back for me, making sure they're staying here. And then begin with some neck rolls. And just choosing one side, doesn't matter which one, we'll even it out here. Stick with your breath here. Maybe you find an angle where you feel a nice stretch. If you want to, you can hold there and breathe into the space, into any tension or soreness. And then continuing with your circles. And if this is too much, bring your neck back to neutral. And imagine you're standing in front of a chalkboard, just making small circles. That works well too. On your next exhale, move your neck back to neutral. Fully exhale, and then begin again other direction. If you chose to do big circles in the other direction, do them here, and if you chose to do small circles towards this side as well. Again, inhaling in new prana, exhaling out stress, tension, your day. Even if it was a good day, I'm gonna just take a minute to reset here. And on your next exhale, move your neck back to neutral once more. And we'll do a couple more warm-ups here. Have you move onto your knees, move into some spinal flexes here. If you do have a bolster, you can put it in between your calves and the back of your hamstrings here, help give you a little boost. We're gonna move into some spinal flexes. So we're gonna inhale, chest comes forward, exhale, round the spine. We wanna keep our heads pretty neutral. You'll move a little bit, but we don't wanna do this. So just nice and easy. You're welcome to slow it down, long deep breaths. Or you can speed it up to the pace I was doing, or even faster if your spine feels warm. Big inhale to hold. And exhale. You can come off of your knees. Find seated cross-legged one more time. We'll bring our hands onto our shoulders, fingers in front, thumbs are in back. We'll move into some spine, left and right, stretching here. So we're gonna inhale left side just as far as your body will allow you to go, and exhaling over to the right. And again, eyes can be closed here, focus on the third eye. And you'll find in Kundalini, we very often inhale when we're moving to the left, using this feminine, moon, or blood side of the body. And then exhaling on the right side, this masculine, male, or sun side of the body. And again, you're welcome to go at a slower pace than I am with this warm up, whatever feels good to your spine this evening. Big inhale, moving back to neutral. And exhale and release the hands. And for our next warm up, you're welcome to move to standing. I'm gonna stay seated mostly just for the amount of space I have here. We're gonna move into some heart twists. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna inhale, left arm goes back, right hand to chest. Then exhaling, switching directions, so right goes behind you. Inhaling left, exhaling right, just twisting as far as your body will allow. If you are standing, you'll have some more mobility and flexibility in your spine. And I want you to start to tune into this heart space and just notice how you're feeling. Notice if your chest and lungs feel tight. Maybe there's this anxiety, this anxious feeling in this space. Or maybe your heart feels pretty open today, feeling good, feeling like you've been taking care of yourself. Whatever it is, whatever the feeling is on your chest today or as you watch this video, you are 100% justified and allowed to feel the way you're feeling. And it's there for a reason. So just breathe into this, noticing it without judging or trying to fix it. Start to notice and let it release on its own. We'll do 2 more twists here. And on your next exhale, all the air out. You can come back to center. If you are standing, you can make your way down to seated. We'll start with a meditation this evening. It's a short one, just 7 minutes here. We're going to move into some Nadi Shodhana, or alternate nostril breathing. So we're going to take our right hand, make sure you wash your hands, and you're going to start by blocking off your right nostril. So you're going to inhale through your left only, block the left, exhale right. Inhale the same one on the right, blocking the right, exhaling left. Inhale left, exhale right, inhale right, exhale left. So we'll continue with this breath pattern. You can go at your own pace here, eyes closed, rolled inward, upward towards the brow point. So we're switching nostrils after every inhale. This brief meditation is really good for lowering anxiety. It balances the left and right hemispheres of your brain. Also the masculine, feminine sides of your brain, the blood chi sides if you are into Chinese medicine. All about balance here. Bringing prana to whatever side needs the most. Your prana is going to go to where it needs to go. So just be with yourself for these few moments. Keep breathing. And just tune into your breath here. Check in with your face and your jaw here. Make sure that they're relaxed. This breath is just going through the nose, not tightening up any other part of your face. It won't help you, but it'll just cause some tension. Got a minute left. Stay steady. Big inhale, both nostrils. And exhale. You can release the legs for a minute if you need to. Bounce the knees, pedal the feet, kind of reset here. We're going to move back into cross-legged for our first few movements of this kriya. So grab your bolster if you don't already have one, or a blanket to go under your hips if you need it. And we'll begin our kriya. So our first motion, we're going to be using Lotus Mudra. So Lotus Mudra, you're going to have your thumb and your pinky together and your other fingers are splayed out like a flower. And from here, all we're going to do is inhale, reaching the arms out, fingers pointed up, and exhaling back into Lotus. And that's it. Really simple. Eyes can be closed here, rolled inward and upward towards the third eye or brow center. Inhaling, reach out, stretch out, and exhaling back into Lotus. This mudra is traditionally used to move your thoughts from negative thoughts to thoughts full of joy and compassion. So while we're here, inhaling, our arms out, stretching our heart meridians. And take a few moments and just meditate on joy or compassion if you'd like to. Or you're welcome to just focus on your breath. One minute left here. Stay steady. On your next inhale, inhale here with your hands in lotus. And fully exhale. Shake out the hands if you need to. From here, we'll take our little shakas. We'll interlace our pinkies. We're going to bring our hands down to a bit below the umbilicus, so around second chakra area, the chakra that the kidneys fall under. And from here, what we're going to do is we're going to start to pull apart our pinkies just a little bit, not as much so it's painful, so there's some pressure. You'll feel a tug on across your back here. If you don't, that's okay, but you might. From here, we're just going to close our eyes and begin Breath of Fire. So if you have Breath of Fire in your practice, you can go ahead and begin now. If you don't, Breath of Fire is an equal inhale to equal exhale. So you have a couple ways that you can start with this breath. You can first start to just notice your breath. Begin with your normal pattern, full inhales and exhales. And either gradually start to increase your pace, or you can open your mouth and stick your tongue out and pant like a puppy. And once you feel like you have a pretty good handle of that rhythm and you're feeling the breath in your upper chest, close your mouth and continue that same rhythm through your nose. Now it is challenging and it takes a while to get the hang of, so don't let it stress you out. You can always move back to long, deep breathing and just stick with the mudra, pulling apart of the pinkies. Just play with this breath pattern for a few minutes. It's okay if you need to make any changes at all. You got about 60 seconds left. Big inhale here to hold. And exhale. You can shake out the fingers if you'd like to. We're going to go back to this mudra one more time so you can switch the way your pinkies are connected if that feels better for you. And this time we're going to move back into Breath of Fire, but through an O-shaped mouth. So like you're sucking through a straw. This might be easier for some of you than doing Breath of Fire through the nose. So if you have it in your practice, you can go ahead and begin. And if you don't, once again, you can start with long, deep breathing. Just notice your breath and start to gradually increase. Or if you need a reset, you can start to open your mouth, stick your tongue out, and pant like a puppy once more until you feel like you have a better handle on the rhythm. Check in with your shoulders here. Make sure that as you're pulling apart the pinkies, your shoulders stay down and back. We want this tension just coming from the hands. inhale here to hold. And exhale. Check out the hands. Bring the legs out and bounce the knees, pedal the feet if you need to. We're going to move back into seated cross-legged, so make any movement that feels good to you. And from here, we're going to take our left hand and put it behind our back, just resting towards where the back of your kidneys would be. It's okay if it needs to be lower if you have compromised shoulder structure. But if you don't, just right behind back of your kidneys, covering your thoracic spine here. And your right hand is going to extend out in front of you, just like this, like you're telling someone stop. I'm going to use the mantra HUD. It looks like it's spelled H-A-R, so it looks like it's har, but it's pronounced HUD, more like H-U-D. We use this mantra to create infinity. So something to just help connect you to infinity, to your highest being. And the drishti, or the gaze here, is out straight in front of you, like you're looking out towards the horizon. So as you're ready, we'll inhale to join me. HUD, 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 HUD. Big inhale here to hold. And exhale, release the arms. And we'll bring your hands down to beside your hips. And we're going to move into a minute of some body drops, which I am not good at. It's okay if you're not either. So you're going to inhale like you're lifting yourself off the ground. If you can get both feet off the ground, awesome. If not, leave one foot on the ground like what I'm doing. And just start to practice lifting through your hands here. We have about 20 seconds left. And on your next drop, you can release the hands, release the movement, bringing the legs out if you need to. And then we'll move back to cross-legged one last time. Left hand is going to hold this area right around or under your umbilicus, and the right arm right in front of it. All we're going to do here is, with a straight spine, look down at this area. It's like you're looking at the front of your adrenals and kidneys, and just breathe. So again, just gazing down, moving into long, deep breathing, full inhales and exhales. About 45 seconds left. And on your next exhale, you can drop the hands, release the pose, and we're going to bring our legs out in front of us, toes pointed up. We're going to bring our hands into little thumbs up signs. Straight spine here, again using a blanket, bolster, a pillow if you need some extra support. And from here, all we're going to do is inhale, lifting towards our toes, and exhaling backwards. So inhaling just as far forward as you can, that's not hurting your lumbar spine, and exhaling back to straight spine. So if you can inhale forward all the way to your toes, awesome. But if you can just go a few inches, awesome. Whatever works for you. You're welcome to stick with this pace that I've set, or you're welcome to slow down, or even speed up, whatever is most serving to you in this moment. You guys keep it up, stay steady. Have a little puppy distraction, but no worries. Stay steady, stay strong. Got about 60 seconds left. Stay with it. And if your arms or your low back starts to get a little sore and tired, try to concentrate more, even more on your third eye. Rolling your eyes inward and upwards, really focusing there, really blasting that pituitary. Helps you to take the focus away from your limbs getting fatigued and more on the breath. Seconds. Big inhale, spine back to straight, and exhale. Drop the arms, shake them out. I know they're tired. We're going to move into some pelvic lifts or hip bridges here. So you can lie back on your mat, feet right beneath the knees, hands at your sides. And if you can, you'll roll a little bit more onto your shoulder blades here. And all we're going to do is inhale, lifting the pelvis as far as is comfortable for you, and exhaling down. You guys can go ahead and begin. And with each inhale, we want to make sure that your knees are staying in line, not splaying out, but staying in line with your feet and with your hips. So even if you can only lift a few inches with your knees in the correct position, that's okay. We'd rather just lift a few inches then compromise our structure here. So again, inhaling with the bridge, exhaling down. Your drishti or gaze here is up to you. You can close your eyes and roll them inward and upward towards the third eye, or you can gaze just right above you at the ceiling. Be here for about 30 more seconds. Stay steady. Big inhale, reaching the pelvis to the ceiling. And exhale, lowering down, taking a deep breath or two here. And as you all are ready, we're going to roll over onto our hands and knees. We're going to move into some modified cat-cow here. So hands under your shoulders, you want a straight line, knees under your hips. This is nice having the video so I can see exactly how my alignment is. We're going to start with our left leg here. So on our inhale, we're going to kick the leg back. And exhaling, bringing the knee towards the chest, forehead to knee if we can. Inhaling, stretch, and exhaling, coming together. Now if you do have compromised lumbar or knee pain in your back, you can try to just do a baby movement, a small stretch, and maybe you just bring the leg back partially. Or if lifting the leg is too much for you at all, just move into some regular cat-cow here. That's perfectly fine too. But if you're able, stay with this stretch. On your next exhale, you can plant the left leg back down. Switch your weight over to the left side and we'll begin with the right. So again, inhaling, leg reaching back, and exhaling, knee to chest, forehead to knee. And again, if you need to, you can stay in regular cat-cow, whatever works best for your body in this moment. For 45 seconds. your next exhale, you move your right leg down to meet the left. And then just sit backwards onto your heels, again using your bolster or blanket right here if you need some support. Your forearms are going to come to the ground with your thumbs pointed up. My hands are basically in prayer pose, just on the floor in front of me. From here, all we're going to do is it's like we're rocking over the hands. So inhaling, rocking over the hands, and exhaling back towards the heels. Nice, slow, steady pace here. Only here for a minute. Eyes can be closed. Rolled inward and upward towards the third eye. It's almost like you're giving your kidneys a little internal massage. And on your next exhale, exhale all the air out. Ever so slowly roll over to your back. We have one more motion we're going to do, and we're going to move into some back rolls. So again, maybe getting in touch with your inner child here. Hug your knees and just roll up and down the length of your spine here. Just here for a minute, just rolling it out. Take a few deep breaths. No specified pace. So just rocking leisurely. If this is too much for your spine, you're welcome to just lie down. No worries at all. I want you to do what's best for you. You can always just visualize yourself doing it. In Kundalini, you're always welcome to stop and visualize. Do a couple more rolls here until you feel sufficiently rolled out. And then make your way down to lying on your back for final relaxation. Do some sound healing here. So grab a pillow or a blanket, whatever you need to feel comfortable wherever you are. Take a few deep breaths or make any last stretches that you need to. As we prepare to relax. Begin to invite some movement back into your body here. Wiggling your fingers and your toes, moving the hands around the wrists and the feet around the ankles. And then bring your knees into your chest, give yourself a little hug and a squeeze. Maybe rock back and forth a little bit, show your low back some love. And then rub the palms of your hands and the soles of your feet together and the tongue on the roof of your mouth. Wake up all your meridians. Begin to take some deeper breaths. And then as you're ready, I'll meet you up here and seated one last time. And we'll close out our practice today, as always, with 2 rounds of the Long Time Sunshine song and Long Sat Nam. The first time we sing, it'll be a blessing you send to someone else, maybe to the world. You need a little extra love and support today. And the second time we sing, it'll be a blessing that you give to yourself. So thank you for showing up and for practicing today. Big inhale. And exhale. And we'll inhale to sing. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure lights within you guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure lights within you guide your way on, guide your way on, guide your way on. Sat Nam. May you go through your day with peace and a kind heart, and remember that the answers are already inside of you. Sat Nam. Thank you all very much for joining me. Sat Nam, meaning truth is my name or my identity. As always, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, thoughts, ideas, let me know. You can post below. If not, hopefully I'll be seeing you soon. Stay well, friends.